Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new around here, my name is Georgia and I'm a makeup lover from Edinburgh in Scotland. So I'm starting off today's video pretty kind of bare. I've got my base makeup on, but no eye makeup on. And if you haven't seen by the title, today's video is reviewing the new Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. So when I originally seen this was coming out, I wasn't planning on buying it at all. I said to a few people that I wasn't interested, it didn't bother me that much. And it wasn't until kind of it came out and people were actually reviewing it, doing looks with it, that I realised that I really wanted this palette. So I caved and I bought it. So I am going to do a whole look with this, but I'm actually not going to give you a little teaser of what the look looks like what I normally do in my intro. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing a first impressions and review on the new Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, just keep on watching. So I'm just going to kind of talk a bit about the palette first before I get into actually doing a tutorial. So this is what the box looks like. It's probably going to send my camera crazy, but it just says Jaclyn Hill Palette Volume 2 on it. The packaging is nice. It does feel really cheap though, that's the only thing I would say. At the top it kind of has the silver like Morphe on the side, and then at the side as well has like Jaclyn Hill Palette Volume 2, and then on the back it just has a picture of Jaclyn. Yeah, so it kind of has a picture of Jaclyn on the back and then kind of a little message from Jaclyn on the back. And then this is what the actual palette looks like. It's really hard because like the writing on it is kind of reflective, so like it's hard to kind of show you guys. Ooh. But yeah, and it has the same thing on the top. It kind of has Jaclyn Hill Palette more Volume 2 and stuff on the top. So I actually have Jaclyn's original palette. Please ignore the state of it because it is very, very dirty. So this is the original Jaclyn Hill palette, and this is the brand new one. As you can kind of see, this one's a lot shinier, this one's more matte, and it has the old Morphe logo. That was the back of this one. I loved the old palette when it came out. To be honest with you, I didn't use it for a while, but I got back into using it a lot recently. So this is what the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette looks like. You've probably seen it tons. I could hold that this way as well. This is what the original palette looks like. I did really like this. I've not played about with it as much, but definitely when I feel the two palettes, this one does feel a lot nicer quality than this one. This one feels a bit cheap. And then this is a new one. Like, this one doesn't have anything on the back, it's very just like shiny. And then this is what the inside of the palette looks like. The palette is stunning. Again, it kind of has another little message from Jaclyn up the top here, but I wasn't really drawn to the colours at first, but when I started seeing people do looks with it, I was really intrigued, so I caved. This palette costs £39. I did use a Morphe discount code. This palette does cost £39. I think it's the same price as the original Jaclyn Hill collab. The original one might be a bit cheaper, don't quote me. I did use a discount code with this. I used the GlamFam128 discount code, which is Erin Rose's discount code with Morphe. I think it's like a collective group, it's not just her discount code. So the original yeah, it's the same price as the original Jaclyn Hill palette. But the one thing I would say about this palette and about a lot of Morphe palettes that really gets me is it doesn't have a mirror. Like, I wish this had a mirror, because it would be so much easier to do makeup, because then especially for like this look, I'm going to have to use another mirror. So just say for example this like Tiny Beauty Bay palette, I'm going to have to use this mirror as well as like holding another palette, which is a bit of an inconvenience. So this palette would be even better if it had a mirror in it, because with the shades in this palette, like, I would travel with it if it had a mirror. So I think I might actually swatch a few shades for you. I'm not actually taking an Instagram picture of this, so I'm quite happy to swatch it. So I'm going to swatch the shade Living My Best. Okay, that is pigmented. I'm going to swatch the shade up here called Ride or Diamonds, which I have a funny feeling is actually the new like pressed glitter formula. And I'm also going to swatch this shade down here, which is called Not My Journey. So that is the 3 shades swatched. They're very pigmented. I'm just going to swatch them on the back of my hand. So that is them swatched. I'm going to slightly blend that red out. Dye down the lights a bit. That purple kind of swatched a little bit patchy, but to be honest with you, swatches aren't the be all and end all. Always go by what the palette is like on the eyes, not what a swatch is like. So I'm now actually going to dive into a tutorial. I'm actually really excited. So I've already primed my eye. Prime the other eye too. Okay, so I have just primed my eye. I'm gonna go, I've got a look in mind, so I'm gonna go in first off with this shade here, which is the shade Homeboy. I don't know if this will actually be dark enough for like idea that I want to do, and I'm just packing this on in kind of like a circular shape. So first impression, there's a tiny bit of kind of kickback in the pan, but nothing really new. A lot of palettes do that anyway. Also, if my brows look a bit messy, I have had my fluffy brows done and they're not cooperating with me today. So I'm kind of dipping in that palette quite a lot, but the shade is very pigmented, which is good. I might need to slightly deepen it up. It might not be as deep as what I want it to be. So yeah, it might not be as deep as I want it to be, but it's fine. So I've kind of patted that on. I'm next going to go in with the orange shade beside it, which is Feeling Myself. I'm just going to blend that on top. So the one thing I'm noticing slightly about this shade is it's kind of, it is blending, but I'm needing to pick up a lot more colour than what I originally thought I kind of would, which is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. So I've kind of blended that out, and then for the final kind of blending shade, I'm going in with this shade here, the yellow, which is, so I'm going in with the shade, the yellow shade, which is No Joke, and just blending that over the top of the orange. So off the bat, blending that yellow in, it is definitely not the most pigmented yellow I have used. I would actually say blending it out with the orange is actually kind of being slightly dull. I mean, it kind of picked up really well there when I just put it down, but at this front bit here it's quite dull, so I'm probably going to have to build it up quite a bit. So that is the initial blend done. My thoughts are that the shadows do blend quite well. They're very pigmented, but that yellow kind of did slightly disappoint me a bit just because it was a bit bland at the front. But I'm now going to go back and build up all the blend, and then I'll be back to do the rest of the eye. So my camera died, so I've just done the other eye off camera, and I added a bit of the black to the crease shade just to deepen it up a bit. So, and I've also done a halo eye, and I used the Peelbees and Mimima Mitchell Acid Rain base and blank canvas to do that. So I'm just going to go in with the darker shades just to kind of blend out the edges. I'm just going to the teeniest amount of black, like nothing too, it's just to kind of blend the edges. These are not even, by the way, so don't come for me. For some reason I can never get both eyes even. That's why I barely ever do 2 eye looks on Instagram. Anyway, so I'm now going in with the back with the shade Feeling Myself, and I'm actually just blending that on the outer corners all the way up. And then I'm just taking a little bit of Homeboy and a tiny little bit of the black just to blend those 2 shades together. Just to blend the orange and the brown together. So I've actually just grabbed a flat brush and I'm actually going in with the yellow bang in the centre. I've actually found that the yellows come off a lot brighter on like the halo than what it has on the actual eye. Although I would say something, it kind of has went very different colours on different parts of my eye, if you know what I mean. It's very strange, and it's also a little bit patchy, like a tiny little bit patchy. I do like it. I'm just going to blend the orange back into that. I would admit the yellow, it is a nice colour and it has done quite well, but it has went a tiny little bit patchy, which is a little bit annoying, but it's fine, it's fine. And then the final step that I'm going to do for my eyes, my top of my eyes, is I'm going to take this. It's the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter in the shade Starfire, and I'm actually just putting this right on top of the cup. Yeah, just like that. So I'm going to go off camera and finish doing this eye, and then I'll come back and do my under eyes. So I've done both eyes now, and I'm just going to go in and do my under eyes. So I'm going to go back in with the exact same shades I did on the top. So I'm taking Homeboy, but not with a bit of the black, just Homeboy on its own. And I'm now taking Feeling Myself again. I'm just kind of slightly connecting it to the top, if you know what I mean. And then back in with No Joke. No Joke isn't really coming up, I'm not gonna lie. Not really, not happy, but just going back in and fixing those colours. Just because I want them to be the exact same on the top as what they are on the bottom, if you know what I mean. But I mean, I am going to cover it with glitter, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'll go off and do the other eye in a second, but I am just going to go in with the Heavy Metal Glitter again on my lower lash line. And I'm actually going to go slightly in with a little bit of the gold glitter called Talia on the bottom lash line, just to kind of help chunk that glitter up on the bottom. Yeah. There we go. So I'm just going to go off camera and do the other bottom eye, and I'm going to do my mascara and lashes, and then I'll be back for the final review. So I've done my makeup, I've put on my lashes. They are the Sosu X Clay lashes. This is the final look. I am in love with this look now that it's done. So my final thoughts on the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I actually do quite like this palette. I think it is a really nice palette. I cannot wait to dip into like the pinks and the purples, because obviously that is what everyone's been dipping into, but I didn't want to do that. I want to do this look today. But yeah, I actually really like this palette, and I will play a bit with it more and give more of my opinion later on. I will do more videos with this palette, but my first impressions are that it's really good. It does blend. The only shadow I didn't really particularly like is the yellow. I felt it went a little bit patchy and wasn't as pigmented, but the other shades were particularly fine. So I would really recommend getting the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette if you are interested. So I will insert a little boomerang of the look here just so you can see it a bit better. I really like it. I think it's a really nice look. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below and hit the notification bell so you're notified on my latest videos. And with that, I'll see you in my next one. Bye!